Are you working? What kind of work do you do?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Empire 161 Show, Season 7, Episode 2. We're back on another Sunday afternoon, early evening-ish. Whatever. We won't get too many opportunities to do the show at this time.
Because we got... Yeah, they're not playing. We got nothing else to do but talk about, though.
It's weird. It's a weird time, but it's fine. I like it. It's all good. It's sunny. It's chilly. It is what it is.
Funny.
Exactly. So, yeah, thanks for joining us as always. If you're joining us on the Facebook live stream, or if you're joining us on YouTube, or wherever you found your audio on the podcast, we always appreciate the support. Yeah, we got some actual baseball to talk about today. So, glad you could join us. I am Ed, and with me as always is Lisa. Lisa, what is up? What's going on?
Hey, everybody. Wait, first, Eddie, why did you pick this song? You usually tell everybody.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Working my way back into it, too. Yes, it is Gangstar's work. This could still be Max Fried's warm-up music. And Max Fried got the season started off pretty nicely on Wednesday night. So, yeah, we usually have a rhyme and a reason to our method to our madness. So that's there. So, thanks for reminding me, though. I almost did go right past it. Back in the mid-season form.
No, I got you. We didn't play in the WBC, so.
Exactly.
All right, we actually, despite it only having been one series, we do have a few things to talk about today. So we are going to talk about how the Yankees swept the Giants. We're very happy about that. We're also going to talk a little bit about Game 1 was on Netflix, and I think Eddie and I both have a few things to say about that. I know I definitely have a couple things to say about that, and I will say one of them right now. Bootleg hated it. We're also going to talk about what Barry Bonds said about George Steinbrenner, and I had to look it up because Eddie shared that with me. There was also allegedly rumors that the Yankees offered Paul Skeens a spot on the roster last year, so we'll talk about that. And folks, it finally came out. Eddie and I were waiting for it. The Yankees 2026 menu items. We're going to discuss the items, and I put an asterisk next to the ones I want to try, and I'm pretty sure most of mine are things Eddie wants to try, but I know there are other ones that he's going to try that I definitely do not want to try, and I'm probably going to be able to guess them.
Well, if it's at a game that we're together at, I might try to nudge you and be like, hey, listen, I did get you last. Was it last year? Man, I don't know. It was one of the last 2 years. It was the salsa at the stand that you were kind of like hesitant about.
You did, because it wasn't. For me, it was spicy, but it wasn't overly spicy. Plus, I love that lady so much. Oh, she's my favorite. No, but the two that I for sure know that you're gonna try that I won't. One of them is pastrami, which I do not like, and the other one is a hot dog, which I do not like. So, and I know your face says it all. I knew you were going to want those too. Uh-huh. We'll go over them later and get everybody hungry right before we end the today's show.
Yeah, I will say earlier in the season, I have to strategically decide what I'm going to pick because, there's been a couple of times where it blew up in my face, not literally, but, in the sense of, I remember a couple of years ago, it was like the coldest opening day ever.
Mm-hmm.
And Angie and I, we both adore, our favorite thing is probably still the steak top fries, even though they changed it slightly. But it's a perfect balance for me. I got my steak, you get a little queso on it, and then you got the cheese. The fries. And I'm like, this is awesome. And it used to be gravy on it and not that. So I'm good with it either way. But we ordered it on that cold opening day, and within 5 minutes, before we even got upstairs to our little table set up, the cheese
congealed, the steak got cold.
It was frozen. I'm like, this sucks. And then I forced myself to eat it anyway because I'm like, Oh, I did, and I'm like, this sucks. And we're both like, yeah, this is not a fair shake.
Yeah,
For
there
the
are
state
some
champions.
things that I definitely was like, gotta wait till it's warmer. There was one I don't remember. Well, when we get to it, but there was one that I said, waiting until fall.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is right now, but I have it in my notes.
Okay. Well, I'll actually, for whatever happened, apparently my computer, which just really needs to be, it's an older Apple, so they will
Hmm.
try to like phase you out, but
Hmm.
you get too old little by little. It seems to be okay today. Like we're good, so I can scroll the menu on the big screen, so
Okay.
we could show everybody, and like you can read it. You'll read it off and go along with it. But I got you on
All
that one.
right.
I know last week we tried that, and it just wasn't showing pictures of things
No.
with
No, but
photos.
I think that was just because even when I looked it up on my phone and on the computer,
Mm-hmm.
the pictures were taking forever to load. So I think that
Oh,
was
so maybe it wasn't me.
no, I don't think that one was you.
All right, I'll blame my computer for a lot of things. I mean, especially when it comes down to like credentials and stuff like that. So, um, wow, we have some comments here quickly, and
Already?
so we got a couple of YouTube comments here. I love Nicholas. Hi, what's up? And
Hola.
hello from the same person. Thanks for joining right there. Uh,
Mm-mm.
nope, I'm okay. We'll skip the third one. But thanks you for tuning in, though. We appreciate that part. All right, what do you want to do? You want to do baseball first? You want to do topics first? What do you think? Obviously, the preview we got to wait for the end of it.
Why don't we do some of the topics first? I think we should end with the food. I'm just saying.
I agree. We'll do food and then preview because we always end with
Okay.
the preview. So
Yep.
we'll do that. All right. So I think kind of connected to it is we did have the opening day Netflix, right? Like so that did start the night, and they had the opening night game, and I guess they have it for I don't know how many years now, but it is what it is. So MLB decided to sell the rights to the first, not really open. It's opening day, but it's like the night before. Whatever. They put it this way: this game used to be a Sunday night game on ESPN. That would kick off their Sunday night schedule. For whatever reason, this year they did it on Wednesday night, and it is what it is. So Netflix got the things kicked off. We'll talk about the game more in depth. But I guess as far as the coverage goes, since you did mention it, what were your impression? What was your whole thing with the way Netflix handled the opening night coverage? And did you tune in for the pregame?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Well, no. I tuned in for the ceremony.
Okay.
And maybe like 10, 15 minutes before the game, maybe that. Okay. So my thoughts as far as I can recall are as follows. CC Sabathia looked like he was super nervous.
Sure it was.
So there was that. I thought that the opening ceremony, I had two thoughts. One was the New York representation with the cabs and the hip hop dancers. I thought was a little bit corny.
Okay.
And then all I could think of when they did the San Francisco, and I don't know if I texted you, but I definitely texted my friend Damon, and I was like, they're gonna break their ankles. They're walking with cleats on carpet, like with steps that have carpet. Like that's not exactly smart. And then when the game started, the camera view from behind the pitcher, so from the outfield to home plate, the whole area between the pitcher and the batter, and I know it was because of where the sun was, but it looked fuzzy. Like it looked like you were watching like a dream shot in a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Like how they make it look a little hazy.
Yeah.
But then when they show it from behind the umpire to the outfield, it looked clear. But I know it was because of the shadows and where the sun was positioned. But it just didn't look clean. I've seen games like that on other broadcasts that view is fine. So it just didn't look good. It looked very weird to me. And I feel like if I were a player, I think I would like try to smack one of the drones out of the way because it feels like the drones get all up in your face.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the shots of how close the drones got to them or not. I didn't.
Mostly for the managers. Like they
Okay.
were filming the managers, and I felt like I could see like every mark on Aaron Boone's face.
Well, they were broadcasting in 4K. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
That was for sure. Which could be kind in certain situations and not.
Yeah.
Um,
What were your
yeah.
thoughts?
So around 7 o'clock, I made sure I was like really excited for this, right? Like, and the Rangers were on too, so whatever. They're playing out the schedule. So I was watching, I was clicking back and forth with that. I didn't go downstairs. I didn't go down to the 2 TV view for this one. I'm like, no, this is opening night. So I turned on the Yes pregame because they had their pregame on. So I did watch the good chunk of it from 7 to 8. I was watching Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was kind of curious once they went to commercial. I was like, all right, let me see what Netflix is doing. And I saw some of that. And I think my biggest issue with the telecast, besides the really obvious part of them missing the first challenge in ABS challenge in MLB history, was the really most absurd thing. Like, I don't know how you missed that. Like,
Yes.
you cut away to, I think Boone, it may have been an interview they had with Boone. They had a sideline interview going on, and then the challenge happened. And I get they don't know when the challenge is coming. So it's kind of, but I just feel like the more experienced broadcast would not have missed it that badly. I mean, maybe Fox, because they miss shit like that too. But I kind of feel like they wouldn't have. And I thought that was a huge miss. I think a lot of it was very much a Netflix commercial. And
Oh my God.
And I understand, though, that's why they bought the rights to it, right? Like, I do understand that. They're going to mix in and cross-promote, and that's their whole point. I've seen them do football games, which, honestly, the football games on Netflix have been fine. Like, I've had no issues with it. But they're going to cross-promote. It's just what it is. And I don't want to get on them too badly for that, because that's why they're doing this. Like, it's part of the reason they're doing this, and you got to understand that. My thing is, like, I think you could do a better job separating it. Give us the baseball for the baseball fans tuning in. I already have Netflix, so you don't got to sell me, dude. I've had Netflix since like the beginning. I'm good. I understand, though, you're, with a lot of things, you're partially doing this to get those people. And there actually was one. I don't know if you caught. There was a comment on our Facebook page a couple of hours before the game. There was an older gentleman who had commented on me posting about the game, and he was like, "Oh, like that." He was bummed he doesn't have Netflix. He was one of those guys. Well, I was like, "Hey, you know what you could do? You could sign up for Netflix, the ad-supported tier, for $3.99. Watch the game, and cancel it tomorrow, or cancel it the next day if you don't like it. Like, you could do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, you got to pay something, but it's cheaper than a beer at a bar that you're going to probably go to watch it." He was like, "That's actually a really good point. Thanks." So I'm assuming he did it, or I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he likes Netflix now. I don't know. Like, I never got there was no follow-up. So if you're watching the show, I am kind of curious to hear how that story ended. Like, did you do it? Did you cancel Netflix? Maybe you like Netflix now. Maybe you're all in, and you're like, man, I love this.
I can recommend a couple shows.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Netflix is cool. They have some stuff.
Netflix has a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff. I mean, they've been around for a minute. So, but yeah, I do think that's something. And they had the cutting back and forth, which again, whatever. This is like behind the scenes camera shit. Like, they just need to do a better job editing it. Like, whoever the director was needed to do a better job at cutting to what camera they needed to a little bit quicker, because I felt like they missed a couple of things there. The broadcast team, like Matt Verskirchen, who does a lot of things. By the way, kudos to him, because he did this game and he made it to Citi Field for the 1:00 game for NBC.
Sheesh.
That's like props to him, because I'm assuming he took a red eye out of San Francisco and made it there. Yeah, that's a rough one, but I was thoroughly impressed when I was watching the Mets game the next day. I'm like, this dude just did the game last night. Look at him. He's always fine. Hunter Pence was fine. CC, I agree. He seemed like he was a bit nervous, but he knows his stuff, and that's fine. Like, if he had more experience, like if he got hired by Yes, if that's something he wanted to do, I think with more seasoning, he would be all right. I think a lot of the players take a minute to warm up to that. Like I remember Paul O'Neill wasn't great at first.
Mhm.
Neither was David Cohn. Like there was just a lot of dead air. And they've grown into it now. We love Paul O'Neill, and I love David Cohn on the ES broadcast. So
Yeah.
it takes a minute. I've
No,
always
I get
noticed
it, and I wasn't like speaking.
No, I get
I was
it.
just making a point. Like it was his first broadcast that I'm aware of.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's ever done another. I know he's done like
Yeah.
some podcasts and stuff, but that's
artsy
clearly different. Yeah. Yeah, but overall thing, yeah, I don't know. I didn't love the Netflix broadcast. I don't think it was as bad as some people are rushing it to be. Like, you know, you can find it's dislike it, but some people are like going scorched earth on it. I'm like, it wasn't good. I will say
it
wasn't good. It wasn't good. I'm not sugarcoating it. I think maybe I'm curious to see I'm curious to watch the home run derby and to see if maybe they learn. Because that's all they have. They have this game and the home run derby, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right now.
The next day I was in my car for when the game started, and Susan Waldman and
that's funny. So was I. I was actually
not John Sterling. What's that guy's name again?
Dave Sims.
David Sims. Susan Waldman and David Sims were like coming on, and Susan Waldman was like, "And now we're at the real opening day," and she said that. Do you have a phone call?
I do, and I'm trying to like. Not right now. I will call you back. Shut the speaker off.
And she said, yeah, this is really opening day for the San Francisco Giants. She's like, you could tell the crowd is a real baseball crowd. So they had people in the crowd that they were showing that it's like, hey, their show is coming on, or, you know.
Yeah, I know. They had the Usos, they had Jameis Winston and stuff like that.
But at least Jameis Winston can speak intelligently about baseball.
I agree. I mean, listen, he's the Giants' backup quarterback, but he clearly has he is definitely going to be joining whatever NFL broadcast wants to hire him when his career is done. Like he's got a huge personality. He's really funny. People seem to like him. So that'll be down the line. But yeah, I wasn't really aware, to be honest, like that he did have a background in baseball as well. So that was kind of cool. I mean, they had him eating hot dogs with the Usos for I felt like 2 innings. And
then they had that comedian guy out in the bay.
They kept cutting back to him, and I'm like, I'm going to be honest, I feel like I've seen this guy, but I don't really know who he is. I mean, that could be on me, but...
No, I didn't really know who he was either. But he also, didn't he announce the team when they came out?
Yeah, he announced he announced both teams, and meanwhile he's wearing like an MLB hoodie and a Giants hat, and I'm like...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also, why were the Uso brothers there? Aren't they from
because they have
Samoa?
Well, they because Netflix has Monday Night Raw.
So duh.
Cross promote again. I thought I heard that thing from Wednesday was supposed to throw out the first pitch, and it was like a whole to do about this. Like, how is this going to work? And I don't remember ever seeing it. So
I definitely didn't see that, and I saw the entire opening ceremony.
Yeah, and I didn't know if it was like going to be a physical event or they were just going to. I was guessing it was CGI.
That probably would have been some kind of CGI thing. That would have been funny though.
Yeah, and that's what I thought was going to happen, and like they were promoting that. I don't know. I guess I don't know what it was about, but yeah.
Side note, that's a good show. Gentleman who just purchased Netflix for the game, in case you want to watch it.
Yeah, it's a spin-off of the Addams Family, which has been around forever.
There's 2 seasons.
Yeah, Angie watches it. I've walked in on her.
It's cute.
Times,
it's cute. It's a little did you ever watch Grimm?
I did not. I've not seen
that. You would like that show.
I probably.
Well, so you wouldn't know what I'm referring to, but like Grimm had some parts or like these kind of things. Maybe not for you, but definitely for somebody like me. Yeah, it was a little dark. It's good show.
Oh, I'm just so sorry. This person who's calling me is not texting me, so whatever. I'll get back to him.
They should be tuning in. Tell them to tune in.
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nah. If they want to, sure, but like, yeah. So, yeah, I think that would have been kind of interesting. I would imagine just would have been only for the broadcast one. But as far as it goes with the opening, the introductions, I like the song they chose for the Yankees. I mean, I like Lean Back, like that was cool. But
Uh,
I don't know. I didn't mind the cab thing. Yeah, whatever. I didn't hate that part. I
no, I
get
just
they
thought it
were
was
trying to go a
corny.
little. Yeah, they were trying to go a little extra. And then what you mentioned is interesting though, because I actually was listening to the first inning and a half of Game 2 in my car because I was driving back from the vet with
Mhm.
the pups, and I did catch that whole thing that apparently the San Francisco Giants did like a whole second opening day with a whole ceremony, and they treated it Friday's game like it was opening day. And I'm like, what? I think that's kind of stupid. Like,
I don't because that
eh,
was the opening that Netflix did not reflect what they wanted to do.
I get it, but either I don't know. Again, to me, it's like, listen, opening day, you get two shots at opening day technically a year, right? You get if you open on the road like the Yankees did, opening day is opening day. Whatever the first game is, it is what it is. And then you get the home opener, which is like opening day 2.0, right? Like that, every team gets that.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
they had no control over this opening day.
Well, then the
So
MLB does maybe next year should step in and be like, hey, I don't know. I don't know all the inner workings behind what happened with that and stuff, but I don't know. I thought that was a little bit odd, but they did what they did, and it is. I'm not crushing them for it. I'm not. It's not like what I saw the Toronto Blue Jays did for their home opener, and they had a whole ceremony and a countdown for the revealing of the 2025 ALCS championship banner.
I didn't see that. I also
It's
don't care.
it's. I just thought it was a bit much for second place.
I'm
I mean,
surprised they didn't wait to do that until like the Yankees were there.
no, I just well, that would have been really living rent free in the head. But like, I don't know. I just thought it was a bit much. Like, imagine if the Yankees would have done that last year. Like, they would have gotten dragged to no end for doing that. And yes, I understand the Yankees are the Yankees. They have a different pedigree from the Blue Jays.
Hmm.
But come on, it was just a bit much. I'm not saying you can't put up a banner. Go ahead, but the whole ceremony, the countdown, you would think that they won the World Series the way it went down. It was a bit much. Um, but the most interesting thing in the Netflix part of this was they had Barry Bonds for an inning, and it was a quick inning. So his interview was in and out. He was in the pregame and the postgame, but he actually joined the broadcast. And Matt Vasgersian kind of no, was it? Yeah, it was Matt Vasgersian cues him up quickly, and he's like, "Hey, right field, short porch, Yankee Stadium. Did you ever think about how you could have done with the Yankees?" And his reply was not like verbatim, but it was more or less, "Hey, George isn't around anymore. I could tell the story." And he tells this story about how the Yankees made him an offer in the offseason of 1992 before he signed with the Giants, and George was going to make him the highest paid player in the game at that time. But he's like, well, he needs to sign us by 2 o'clock. And Bonds supposedly hung up on him. And then they moved on. They pivoted. They would end up pivoting and trading for Paul O'Neill eventually. And that was the same offseason that they were trying to get Greg Maddux. Because I know it's funny. I remember this. I don't remember hearing the Bond story very much, even though it was revealed. He did tell the story another time, and it was slightly different. The hanging up part wasn't there. But
Was George
so
still alive the first time he told that?
no,
Or
this was a couple of years ago. Apparently, he told Michael Kay and someone else. It was on like a podcast.
okay.
So I don't know. Maybe one or the other. He could be embellishing one way. I don't know. But no, George was not around for this one either. And he, they moved. The Yankees moved on. So they were trying to get Greg Maddux. He chose. He didn't want to play for the Yankees. So they pivoted to Jimmy Key, and they ended up pivoting to like Paul O'Neill, Wade Boggs. Like that was their pivot. But it was just fascinating though, because I'm like, wow. So if Barry Bonds joins the Yankees, prime Barry Bonds, pre-steroids Barry Bonds, at least that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, a couple of years later, the proof was in the pudding when he grew 2 sizes, 3 sizes, in body mass overnight. It seemed like what that would have looked like, because they end up making moves, and the '90s dynasty is born. But if they sign Barry Bonds, and he's their left fielder, like that really changes the entire complexion of the team. And it really was like, I don't know, it was just a wild thing for me to think about. And I mean, things worked out better for the Yankees. Bonds never won a World Series in San Francisco, and that was that. And the Yankees would go on to have the dynasty. But I don't know. Do you kind of think? I mean, what do you think of this? Like, that really would have changed. That, I mean, I don't know if they win all those World Series. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Maybe this Bonds ends up juicing eventually. I don't know. It just made me really kind of like unravel and go down like a rabbit hole in my head about this.
I mean, I think it's hard to imagine what that could have looked like because we talk about this at work a lot. Sometimes people respond differently, in different situations, right? So the way that he showed up in San Francisco may have looked totally different if he was on the Yankees. Um, who knew? Like you said, would he have juiced up or would he not have juiced up if he were on the Yankees? Who knows? One thing I do know is that he and George probably would have fought several times anyway, because that's just how George Steinbrenner was with all of his, like marquee players.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure there would have been tension there, but yeah, I don't know how he would have looked because he wasn't on the team. So he could have still been like the amazing player he was and added and contributed to the dynasty that we ended up having. Um, or he could have been, like another controversial player, like an A-Rod or whatever on the Yankees. Who knows?
Yeah, because the interesting thing with Bonds is that like his whole thing with the media was he just didn't talk to them.
And that might not have mattered because Derek Jeter always talked to the media.
Yeah, he gave them a bunch of words, notoriously, with really
Right.
nothing behind them, and I'm sure he was like a master at that. But I'm just like, imagine, because in the one thing with the '90s dynasty, there was a revolving door in left field. So those remember, like there was the Deion James and Ricky LeDay, Shane Spencer. Obviously, if Barry Bonds is on the team, that doesn't happen. Do they trade for Paul O'Neill? Do they still make the Roberto Kelly for Paul O'Neill trade? No. Do they end up moving others? Like, I would imagine that a lot of the other moves, like they would have had Bernie Williams. Bernie Williams was already just coming up at that point, so he would have still been in center and Bonds and left. Maybe they trade for Paul O'Neill still, right? Because they kind of traded Roberto Kelly because they had Bernie Williams. They saw him as their center fielder. They traded Roberto Kelly, so maybe that still does play. Do they win more World Series? I mean, to see what I'm saying? Like, there's just obviously we'll never know the answers to any of these things. But I was like, holy shit! Like, we really could have had Barry Bonds, like in his prime, like 40-40 Barry Bonds. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then maybe if he's winning all of that, he's like, I don't need to, because the story goes that he got in after '98, he got so jealous of McGwire and Sosa getting all the accolades for the home run chase that he was like, dude, I'm the best player in the game, and no one's saying anything. Meanwhile, they're all falling all over themselves to these two. Screw that. If they're doing it, I'm gonna see what I can do now. And then obviously, I mean, he became a video game, Barry Bonds, and then he ended up being like the most talked about player. But yeah, that was really the only controversy Bonds really got him was the steroids. I mean, because again, he just didn't talk to the media, so he may have been like the nicest guy, but then he also like made comments about how I was like, hey, because he's notorious for not really hanging out with the guys off the field.
Right.
He was just kind of about, hey, I show up, I do my job, we're all cool here, we're in the dugout, we're in the clubhouse, it's all good. But when I go home, and that's it. Maybe that doesn't do well for team chemistry because the '90s Yankees were kind of notorious for a lot of them hanging out like together outside. So I don't know. It's just a fascinating thing to think about. I don't know. It was interesting.
I have to, and that part right there, what you just said around like not hanging out with the other players, I wonder if that has to do with how historically darker skinned players were treated, right? Like Reggie Jackson says all the time now that like players treated him like crap, and in the beginning of his career, like he couldn't do certain things that other players could, right?
Yeah.
And Barry Bonds like came up in like the mid end to end of the most blatant versions of that,
Mhm.
right? Because I don't think it's fully over, but um, so I'm wondering if that had to do with him not feeling like partly, or it could also be ego because he knew he was the best player in baseball as well. So who knows? Excuse me 1 minute. I was not expecting
We're all
that.
getting the calls.
Give me a second, folks.
Oh man, apparently we're in demand. Like for this time we're on. That's interesting.
That is weird. Sorry, and I'm off camera talking now.
That's okay. I'll give you a second. But yeah, I guess. Well, you can hear me. So
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. Just thinking back to that dynamic, like, yeah, Jeter. I just wonder, like, does he mesh with Jeter and Posada and that crew and Tino and Bernie Williams and all of that and like those guys? I mean, I guess, like, I guess he would have. I mean, maybe his outlook on the whole media and all of that, maybe he would have jived better with these guys instead of the teammates he had in San Francisco. I don't know. Maybe that would. Well, no, yeah. Again, this is all speculation, stuff like that. But it would have been something, man. I mean, there's a chance if things play out the same way, right? Let's just say this whole part of the chemistry is fine and that's all good, and they have Bonds in the left field for all of this. I mean, they probably win 97. They probably. I mean, if maybe Mattingly gets a ring. Because think about it, he would have signed for 93, and the Yankees were pretty damn good in 94.
Yeah.
And maybe they win it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to play that out in my mind. If the 1995 Yankees, who lost to the Mariners in 5 games in the division series, if they have Barry Bonds, I don't know. Maybe they win that year. I mean, there's a really good chance. I don't know. And yeah, if you would have got Don Mattingly a ring, I mean, get it. That would have just made everything. Wow, I don't know. That's something. That part just popped in my head right now. Just like, wow, yeah, because the things may have gotten started earlier. So I don't know. Who knows? I just thought it was kind of interesting, but it was just crazy because he like drops this bomb, and it's like, I'm out. That's it. And then he just leaves the telecast, and I'm like, there's no follow up. There's no nothing. Like he's already left. Like, how do you just drop that and just leave? So I don't know. It was interesting. I guess that can kind of tie into like something else that's more of like a quick thing. But John Heyman reported the other day that the Yankees went hard after Paul Skeens to an extent at the trade deadline last year. They supposedly called the Pirates and offered their top 4 prospects, with what it says. And the Pirates didn't even take the call. So it never even really got that far.
Top 4 prospects is crazy.
So the question is, I guess it was probably Dominguez and Jones and George Lombard Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Schlittler's in that. I would imagine Cam Schlittler was probably the 4th. Or maybe not Dominguez and Carlos Lagrange. Lagrange, sorry. I know it's funny. You know, sometimes when you go to say something, you just see the word and you have to refix the pronunciation there. No, yeah. Lagrange. So I don't know, man. Like, obviously the Pirates never took the call on that stand. There was the rumors, there's that story out there too that Skeens is apparently in conversations with teammates says he does want to play for the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
And I do wonder down the line, the experience with Team USA with the WBC, because Skeens was Judge's first call for recruiting.
I heard they were really good friends.
Yeah, no, he bonded with him and Harper a lot. Like, right, apparently he's always been cool with Harper. Like, he tried to recruit Harper hardcore when Harper was a free agent, but Cashman never really went for that. And Cashman's exact quote about it really makes it look bad because he's like, oh, where was Harper going to play? First base? Yeah, apparently eventually he did. And supposedly Harper would have given like his firstborn to play for the Yankees. Like he always wanted to play for the Yankees. And you got a guy at that time in his prime who was dying to be a Yankee. I think you figure it out.
Yeah.
You figure it out. And the whole thing was supposedly like they just didn't go for him because they just traded for Stanton. And that was that. I know. So that sucks. But
that's it.
I'm just saying, if Bryce Harper signs with the Yankees,
hasn't he gotten hurt a lot too, though?
But if he played, well, the thing was he moved to first base because of an injury. And I got to be honest, I kind of give him a lot of credit because he was like, they had a lot of outfielders and he was recovering from Tommy John, and position players recover sooner. And he was like, dude, I'll go play first. I'll learn how to play first base. He came up as, remember, in the minors, he was a catcher.
Rafael Devers, you hear that?
Yeah. Like, you just do it. And
you just do it.
He was like, because it wasn't affecting him swinging a bat, kind of like Ohtani a couple of years ago, right? Like, but he just DH'd and that was it. It apparently didn't really affect his swing too much. So Harper moved to first base, and he's been there since. And he's been pretty good over there. So
he's got awesome hair. Sorry, he's got really great hair.
And I wish that hair was in the Bronx. And I love Ben Rice, and now I wouldn't do it. But think about it though, like we went through the Luke Voits of the world, and there was kind of a revolving door, and we would have had Bryce Harper at first base this entire time. So that kind of ticks me off. But nonetheless, though, yeah, would you have? I guess the real point of bringing this up, though, is would you have made that trade if you're Brian Cashman, though? Like
the top 4 prospects.
And just saying.
That's a lot.
LeGrande, Jones. I'm just saying because we don't really know who it was, but we're just assuming.
Right.
Lombard Jr., who, unless Volpe completely turns it around, it looks like it's going to be Lombard Jr.'s job in a year or two. Whenever he's ready, it's just what it is. Like, and Volpe has to know the writing's on the wall. Like, when he comes back this year, he like needs to get his ass in gear. Otherwise, it doesn't look good for him long term now.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine Lombard Jr., Schlittler, LeGrande, and Jones.
I cannot picture Cam Schlittler anywhere else now because he was so good last year in the second half of the season, and he already started this year off really well.
That's the thing. The question is like, do you do that, or it's like, you know something we love? I mean, Skeens is arguably the best pitcher in baseball. It's like him and Schoolboy.
He is, but I just think four people for one is a lot, and I don't know. I don't know that I'd be able to do that, but I'm not Brian Cashman. I mean, he didn't do it, but he tried to do it. He tried to do it. The Pirates didn't do it.
The Pirates did. Get lost, and that was
the Pirates were like, hell no, we're not answering that phone call. We're not answering that 718 or 646 or 212 number.
New phone, who this? I don't know. It's, you know what it is? It's tough. Like, on one hand, right, like to me, it looks like right now the Yankees don't fully believe in Spencer Jones, and that's why he's not up.
Yeah.
Right. Like, he's got light tower power and all of that, but the strikeout rate's extremely alarming. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that reads they don't fully believe in him. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cam Schlittler, obviously. He's the guy who's like, you know something? What if he becomes Paul Skeens?
Mm-hmm.
That's the tricky thing. Mm-hmm. Lombard Jr., there's a lot about the kid, but then again, the Yankees' recent history with position players, we hear a lot about a lot of guys, and they kind of have immediate, they have immediate results, and then they kind of don't sustain. Dominguez, Gary Sanchez, Torres.
Lapped him out.
I'm just saying, like, there's a history now. So it's probably unfair, though, Volpe. I mean, there is – I feel bad putting that on him, but prospects are suspects until proven otherwise, in my book.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like it is what it is. The Yankees have rarely ever traded anyone who's turned out to blow up in their face and become like a star. It's pretty rare. And people get all up in arms when they trade their young guys. And then it turns out they were right in the end. Now they've gotten to a point where they hold on to them too long.
Way too long.
Yeah.
Way
and
too
Duhar, Clint Frazier, if we want to add those to the list of position players that never fully worked out for the Yankees and had immediate results. That's the thing. So, I don't know. Schlittler's the one who has me pause on this.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only one. The other three, with all, I mean, maybe they turn out to be something, and maybe we look back on this down the line and this segment, and we're like, damn, good thing you didn't do that. But Cam Schlittler's the one who gives me pause because this kid looks nasty. He looks like he's got it. He's got the mentality. Yeah, I don't know. He's the one who gives, but man, Paul Skeens, the dude's won 2 Cy Youngs back to back, and his numbers are ridiculous. So, I don't know. In the end, I'm going to say I don't do the deal just because of Schlittler. If Schlittler's not in a deal.
Well, you also mentioned Lagrange might be in it too.
He's another one who I would have suspected.
I would also kind of pause on him. Too. Like the two of them would make me be like, oh, do I really want to do this?
See, but I'm going to push. See, the only reason I still do it, though, is because, again, I haven't seen him do it on a major league level. I'm not saying he can't, but Schlittler's at least giving me something.
That's because Schlittler had the opportunity last year.
Yeah.
Because of, don't tell me. Clark Schmidt, right? It was because of Clark Schmidt?
Yeah, ultimately it turned out to be Schmidt.
Yeah.
That was the one. Yeah.
But that's the risky take though, right? Like you bring these folks into the minor leagues because you see something in them from high school or college or wherever they're from, and you build them up to play professional ball, but you also know that they might not play for you. And any good leader of, like young, talented people, that's actually your goal. Is you build people up, and sometimes you might have to let them go. So it's a risky take when you build them up to become Cam Schlittler major leaguer.
All right, so what do you think? To wrap it up, yes or no? Do you make?
No, I still wouldn't do it. I just think 4 people for one is too much.
Well, what if it's not Cam Schlittler? What if it's Dominguez instead?
I don't know. Dominguez.
I'm just saying. Let's just play hypotheticals. Obviously, Dominguez,
I don't
Jones.
Know. No, I think
I
think it's the 4 people part. I think it's because that one person. What if God forbid they need Tommy John surgery or something else happens to them? Like it's just then you just traded 4 people for somebody who's going to be out for half, if not all, the season. And I know that that's a risky take, but I just think 4 people for one is always too much.
For me, if it's Schlittler, no. Anyone else, I'm in.
Okay.
Then I'm doing it. That's what it is. But my guess, though, is probably Schlittler was definitely one of them. I think that would have been involved in that. Or if the Pirates took the call, they would have been like, yeah, we're going to need Cam Schlittler.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what causes Cashman to balk. I don't know, because we don't really know who exactly it was. So it's just interesting. But we'll see. I mean, the Pirates, they need to put players around Skeens to try to do something. I mean, you have the best pitcher in baseball kind of just auditioning for one of the big market teams, and that's part of the labor negotiation that we'll see. And we'll see how that could change everything, because if there's a floor, I don't know. We'll see. All right, now I guess before we get to the games themselves, we could talk a little bit, follow up on our conversation from last week about the ABS challenge system. Okay. So, just saying, like, you've seen 3 games, more or less, right? I've seen I shared highlights. We were texting about this yesterday. CB Buckner who is, again, he's a name that if you're listening to this, you probably know who he is. And if you know an umpire's name, it's a good
It's
chance it's
usually not for a good reason.
Yeah, it's like in the
He's
NFL.
in that top 5 we talked about last week, and it wasn't a good top 5.
No, it's not. It's like the NFL, right? Like if you know an offensive lineman's name, there's a good chance it's not for good reasons, unfortunately. That's because they like commit a lot of penalties and yada yada. So, and for baseball, it's umpires. CB Buckner had six calls overturned. In the Yankees game, they had more than that. But Buckner's thing got crazy, right? Because it was a Reds, it was a Reds Red Sox game, right? And just to go through it quickly, he tried to strike out Eugenio Suarez on back-to-back pitches, and they were both challenged. And Suarez was right.
Oh my god!
Suarez got both right, and you could see like Buckner was seething at this, and he ends up like costing. I mean, oh well. He cost the Red Sox like on a check swing that was really an obvious call that Trevor Story did not go, and that was a big issue. But it's just interesting though, like how this is all played out so far, and we're only in like the first weekend. We're not even a week into this yet.
I know,
which is crazy.
I wonder if some of the umpires are gonna like protest and walk off.
Some of them are gonna look awful. And
they're gonna keep the thing that you showed me from Salvador Perez, like
three
times, and the third one, like I texted you, was like the umpire was so wrong on that. The other two, it was really really close. I could see how they overlooked that, but that third one, it was like 2 inches below the strike zone, like
which you wonder if the umpire is getting so fed up with this person challenging that they start like. You know what I'm saying? Like start widening the strike zone or not. Mm-hmm. It's just that's the thing. There's a lot of layers to this that I find fascinating, and it's crazy because they were giving. I was watching some of the Mets game earlier, and they were giving some of the numbers for it so far, and the pitchers are the ones who are at like 20-something% like success rate. The catchers have done. The catchers and the hitters have done pretty well. Like because the hitters were like 46%.
Going to take it the most personally. That works.
Yeah, and the thing though is that there's also an aspect to this that, like, we've seen how the Yankees were super aggressive in spring training with this, and they were really good at it. But now we've seen, and we were texting about this too, is during the games it seems to be a little bit more strategic than that, right? Like, do you wait for the right situation, the right pitch in the count, like. The at bat, like there are a lot of ways to do this because you only get 2, so you can't afford to be wrong. So I do see that unless it's something really, really blatant, then maybe you're like screw this, no, like immediately. And I think that's what I found really fascinating about it so far. I don't think it's ruined. Like it hasn't bothered the viewing experience of the game. At all for me. I think I'm good. Like
I think it actually. I mean, this is just my opinion, but I think it makes it even more interesting. I'm like, ooh, where was it?
Yeah, exactly, right. Like,
and I'm always impressed by like whether it was the catcher or the batter who called it. I haven't seen a pitcher one. I didn't notice any pitcher one. But I'm always impressed by the person that called it. I'm like, yo, good eye. That's like solid baseball intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are, I don't know about you, but I've caught myself where when there's a pitch that's way out of the zone or something
both of us said we did this with Aaron Judge.
I'm like, nope.
Aaron Judge's first at bat. I was like, hello, second pitch of the at bat. What's going on?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I found myself just going along with it and like challenge here because I've watched other games. Like I do watch like West Coast games and stuff like that. Like as I'm falling asleep or whatever after the Yankees game. And there's nothing else on. I'm like, I throw it on. I got my fantasy players and shit like that. So it's just been really wild to see how this has all been playing out. And we're not even a week in. I don't think it slowed the game, the pace of the game around at all or not. Like, and I guess some of them are minute. But it is what it is. It's either a strike or it's not.
Right.
Right. Like you can't fudge that part of it. And I definitely think the umpires are going to get heated and they have to learn to deal with it. Like
Be
If
better at your
you're
job.
if you're wrong this many times, then you need to refine your strike zone.
Yep.
That's
You
it.
should you should also be penalized. Like if they find that a CV Buckner 6 times in one game,
Yeah.
maybe find some way to find him, or I don't know, do something.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up. I could have sworn. Oh,
Maybe he can't be the home plate umpire for a number of games.
so in this game, right? Because there's this account that is on Twitter that's basically umpire report card, and
Hmm.
they released this morning. So CB Buckner last night in the game, the Red Sox game I was telling you about, overall accuracy 88%.
What? That
Not
sounds pretty
good.
high.
No, it's not.
Overall accuracy?
Overall accuracy, he had an 88%. Right?
That's not
The
good.
standard's 94.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
No, that's what I'm saying. Let me finish. I'll give you the
Okay.
numbers. So relative accuracy minus 5.5% below expected. Okay, he called 197 of 223 pitches taken correctly. But those 6 pitches are big moments. Like that's a lot. I may not sound like it, but it is a lot.
Hmm.
12.2 fewer correct calls than the average umpire. That is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, and there's a whole. I'm not gonna bother you with all the other numbers on here, but it is an issue. I follow this account for a couple of years now, but now with the ABS system, we're seeing it like in real time,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy. Like, oh, but again, I'm all for it, and the umpire should have never let it got here. Now they've allowed this to happen, and yeah, guess what? This is the first step to. They're probably gonna have robo umps. Like the umpire will be there, but he'll get a buzz that says strike or not, or some shit like that. Like it'll be something. And that's to me, that's where we're headed. I don't think it's going to stop here. The amount of challenges might even become more.
Yeah.
Than 2. So
I agree.
But yeah, I don't know. Again, there's some people like, oh, I'm a baseball purist, yada yada. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm for getting the calls right. Be efficient.
Me too.
It's not slowing the game down, so it's fine. All right, so we have a couple of games to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get to it then. So the opening night Netflix game, which was last Wednesday, the Yankees went ahead and got off on the right note, and they shut down the Giants by a final of 7-0. Max Fried got the start. His record's now 1-0. He went 6 1/3, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Trent Grisham 1 for 5 with a 2-run triple. Ryan McMahon 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored and a walk. Giancarlo Stanton 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Overall on the night, Yanks were 4 for 11 with runners in scoring position. And yes, for the note, and some people wanted to make this the highlight. Yes, Aaron Judge was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts in the game. But to me, the telling part, though, was the Yankees scored 1-7-0 and didn't get any production from Judge, which in past years wasn't really a thing. But,
right.
The lineup picked him up, and that's just the way the game works. So, yeah, and you mentioned there was a couple of ABS challenge things we would have liked to see in this game.
Yeah.
But did not happen. And, yes, this was the one where Jose Caballero went and challenged for the first one in Major League history and got it wrong.
Right.
So there was that. But yeah, no, honestly, it was the second inning. They scored 5 runs. They went ahead, they jumped up, and they kind of cruised the rest of the way. So yeah, kind of a great night for the Yanks to get started. You kind of feel great on that. You're like, yeah, they're going to go 162-0. Let's go. And all of that. But then you realize there's 161 games left. So opening day is opening day nonetheless. Did this feel truly like during the game like this was opening day? Or I had an odd feeling watching this after like a little bit. I don't know if it was, I guess it was because of the World Baseball Classic. I'm going to be completely honest. Like I was excited like the whole day leading up to the game, and like watching the game I was excited. But it was almost like, well, I've had real baseball already. Again, because I was tuned in, I was locked in on the World Baseball Classic. Like I was laser focused. So when this came around, it wasn't we haven't had baseball since October. but we have the Yankees, and it's different, obviously, with the Yankees and stuff. I don't know. I just had a different feeling a little bit.
Yeah, it felt like opening day to me, but I didn't lock into the entire World Baseball Classic. You also went to several games, like you were there.
Yeah,
so
that's why I think maybe it changed it for me a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I was very excited. Matter of fact, that day I had a meeting at work, and the check-in question was like, "What's your mood today in a weather pattern?" And I was like, 70 degrees and sunny. It's opening day, and we start in California. And I was like, it's my favorite day of the year, one of my favorite days of the year. So I was hyped all day, just like you said you were too. But yeah, I couldn't wait to get home and just I like with my dad being gone now, like I like to just be home on opening day by myself and enjoy the game on my own. So, and that's exactly what I did. But I do have some fun facts about the game. Well, one of them's not that fun. You touched on it. So, in the top of the fourth, Logan Webb struck out Aaron Judge, and he did that more than once. But that particular one was his 1,000th career strikeout. And for you to have your 1,000th against the Aaron Judge is pretty cool.
It is, and they were just talking about the WBC. They were just teammates a week before.
Right.
So,
right.
That was interesting.
I loved Jazz Chisholm's face in the bottom of the sixth.
Oh yeah.
When he did that crazy juggling catch. Do you know that was 107 mile per hour line drive? And he was like,
well, that's why it hit off the heel of his glove and it bangs right up, and he was like,
I mean, thank God he was able to grab it barehand. But his face was priceless. And very Jazz Chisholm. Like he totally juiced that one, milked that one for all that he could get. Yeah, as you said, unfortunately, Aaron Judge went 0 for 5, and he's the first Yankee in franchise history to have 5 plate appearances, 4+ strikeouts, and 0 hits on opening day.
Do you know recently though they did have other Yankees that have struck out? I think 0 for 5 is right. It was their 4 strikeout performance on opening day. Oswaldo Cabrera and what was it Stanton? Might have been. I don't know. I know Cabrera was one of them, but I think Stanton may have been the other. And they all happened recently. But it was more also like, hey, we know we always talk about like the first in franchise history stuff. Like I just kind of would imagine that would have happened already.
In positive fun facts though, Max Fried was the 4th Yankee to go 6+ scoreless innings pitched with 2 hits or fewer on opening day. Do you know who the other 3 were?
Garrett Cole?
No, these 3 no longer play.
Okay. Ron Guidry?
Yep, in 1980. One of them has passed.
Okay. Mel Stottlemyre?
In 1967. The other one is more recent.
CeCe?
Nope.
I'll take one more shot. Andy Pettitte?
Nope. David Cohn in 1996.
Oh, wow. And no, it had to be, you said opening day.
Yeah.
So, shoot, where did they, because I know Pettitte started this snow game against Kansas City. That was the home, I think that was the home opener, though. If I remember right. Yeah, that was the home opener, not actual opening. That's why I went with Andy Pettitte on that. Interesting. All right. I kind of figured it was somewhat recent. So. All right. All right. So though, the Yankees would go on, and after the Thursday off day, they would come back for the 4:30 start, which we were talking about earlier, which was opening day part 2 for the Giants. The Yankees again would shut out the Giants, this time by a final 3-0. Cam Schlittler got his first win of the season. He went 5 1/3. Pitch count reasons, though, because he was dominating. One hit,
so good.
No walks and 8 strikeouts. That, for me, the no walks and 8 strikeouts is the completely impressive part. David Bednar got his first save of the season. Aaron Judge hit his first homer of the season, 1 for 4 with a home run. That was a pretty – and that was actually when he challenged. He did challenge it and ended up turning that bat around. He ended up taking 2 pitches down the middle, though, for strikes 1 and 2, but then he ended up hitting a bomb to left field. That was a 2-run bomb there. So he had a run scored. Giancarlo Stanton, though, that same inning, in his own bomb, 2 for 4 again with his first homer of the year. Run scored. And Jose Caballero, 2 for 4 with his first stolen base of the season. Yeah, Yanks bullpen came in and dominated. Besides the 2 home runs, for me, the highlights, Schlittler, Bednar, and Camilo Doval, who I remember we talked about him last week briefly. He's the key to the bullpen. Not Bednar, because I think Bednar will do what he does. It's if they have a lights-out setup, man, that changes the whole complexion of this bullpen. And boy, did he look dominated in this appearance. I'll say that. So that was really encouraging, right out the gates. I'm sure you have some fun facts on this game.
I do. So after this win, this is another first time in franchise history that the Yankees shut out their opponent in each of the first 2 games of the season. And it's the Giants' first time being shut out in the first 2 straight games to start the season, too. So that was kind of interesting. As per Katie Sharp, who we both love on X, she said that the Yankees are the second team in the modern era to allow 0 runs and fewer than 5 hits combined in their first 2 games of the season. The other team to do that was the 1940 Cleveland Indians. And when Aaron Judge challenged that pitch, it was within 1/10 of an inch difference.
Wow.
Yeah. And then when he and Giancarlo Stanton hit home runs in the same game, the Yankees are 53-7.
So I also do have.
I have one more.
Go ahead. I'm pretty sure you have it.
When I don't know, this is just a Stanton one. When Stanton hit his home run, that put him at 46 home runs away from 500.
If he stays healthy,
Mm-hmm.
I think it could happen this year if he stays healthy. Would I bet on that? No. I think it would probably be next year.
Oh, I do have one more. Sorry. I have to scroll down.
I think you do.
This one might be the
I'm
one
like
you were
willing
talking
it.
about. So Cam Schlittler is the first Yankee to have at least 8 strikeouts and 1 hit or less allowed in the first game pitched of the season, also courtesy of Katie Sharp.
Yes. Nice job. That was it. I had that one in my back pocket. I'm like, I'm going to hold on to this one just in case.
I had to scroll down.
By the way, do you also follow Sarah Langs on?
I don't, but I will.
You should. She's very much like Katie Sharp. She's a baseball writer. She has ALS, and she.
I know who she is. Yes.
Yeah, she also does a great job over that as well, and she's the one who has Roto where has the ALS. Baseball is the best shirt, so that's who that's.
I also follow, not for her stats, but just talking about baseball in general. Brooke Knows Ball on.
Okay.
Well, she's on Instagram. I don't know if she's on Twitter or Facebook.
I've heard of her.
But I like her her segments too. I think she might be a Yankee fan too. She talks about them a lot.
Nice. All right. So though, last night the Yankees would go ahead and complete the sweep of the Gigantes by a final of 3-1. Will Warren got the start. He took a no decision though because he just didn't go deep enough into the game. 4 1/3, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Jake Bird did pick up the win in relief. He looked good as well, so he's another guy who could be a huge boost for the Yankees if he ends up being a guy that Matt Blake fixes after a disastrous time last season. He got the win, so his record's now 1-0. He went 1 2/3, 1 hit, 2 Ks. David Bednar picked up his second save of the year. Aaron Judge hit his second home run of the season and also hit his first ambulance of the year with an RBI and a run scored. Ben Rice, 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, which was a 2-run double with the bases loaded. Giancarlo Stanton, once again, 2 for 4 on the day. Cody Bellinger, 2 for 3 with a run and a triple. So Yankees would go ahead and complete this 3-game sweep, which I did see Aaron Judge was asked about it in a post game, and he had mentioned that his pregame talk to the team was like, "Hey, listen, last year, remember we kind of tied for the best record in baseball, and there was a lot of times we had sweeps of teams right there, and we didn't complete them. So let's make that a point of emphasis that you got a team like this on the ropes. Let's finish the job."
Mm-hmm.
And so far so good. And just to touch on Will Warren briefly before I turn it over to you, is very encouraging to see Will Warren get into some jams and get out of them, because last year there were times where he was notorious for letting things spiral out of control.
Yeah.
Like, if you remember, he had a couple of massive blow-ups last year, and he looked like he made his adjustment. He moved to the third base side of the rubber now, and that looks like it's worked out for him. But it was just good to see, like, again, he's gotten experience now and a little more growth as a player, where he's like, all right, let's zero in and let's just get out of this thing. So that was good to see from him early on. So, you got anything further on this one?
Yeah, I have two. I have two things on this one. So the first one is that the Yankees are one of 7 teams to allow 1 run or less over the first 3 games of the season. Prior to this game, they were the only team that I sent you a stat right after the Matt Chapman, I think, got the RBI in the bottom of the third. I sent it right after. And it had said, like, oh, how many teams have no runs to start the season, and it was only the Yankees at that point. So, but that's fine. 1 out of 7 is also not bad.
I would have seen it sooner, but I told you I was indisposed at the moment.
you were busy with some good food.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the other stat is that Aaron Boone earned his 700th career win in his 9th season and 1,197th game as the Yankees manager.
It is wild to think back on it and hear it out loud. Boone he's going into his 9th season as the Yankees manager.
I know.
Wow. Interesting. All right. Well, I'm just curious to see when we get to 10, if there's no World Series delivered, do they just decide to change things up or not? I hope that's not the case. I hope it ends now. I hope the drought ends this year, and we don't ever have to have that conversation or wonder about that anymore. So, but yeah, no. Listen, they say we do well. The championship drought is what it is, but they've won a lot of ball games.
They sure have. So, well, I just did some math. So he won 700 games and he's lost 497.
Again, impressive, because I think there's a lot of people who lose track of this. Like, if your team wins 100 games in a season, that means they're going to lose 62. 62 times to see your team lose, it feels like it's a lot, and you're like, wait, they've won 100. So, it's baseball. It's just put it in perspective. Great start for the Yanks. Awesome sweep and stuff like that. They head to Seattle starting tomorrow night in a tougher series. We'll preview that in a second, because we do got one more. We got actually technically 2 more segments before we get to that.
We do.
I'm not forgetting about it. Nope, not this time. So let's get to that segment, because I have a feeling this is going to be one of those the same.
Oh, we're going there. Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, I figured we'll tie it into the baseball part before we get to Yankee Stadium.
All right.
Top of the heat. I feel like there's one choice. So go ahead. You can start it off.
Oh, I'm starting the year off the way I always want to start my year off, by nominating my future husband, Giancarlo Stanton, as top of the heat. I think that he came to make a point this year, and I hope that he's able to make that point. I have all the faith in him. I always have. I always will. And he had a great first series. So his OPS was 1.250. He had a 500 average, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, 6 hits. His on-base percentage was 500, and his slugging was 750.
It's clear.
Who did you have?
It's Giancarlo. I had Giancarlo. It's Stanton. Listen. Judge had the 2 home runs. That was awesome.
Cool.
No, it is, and I still stand by it. I don't want us to ever feel like we're kind of like taking it for granted. But yes, he Judge has seemed a little off the first couple of games. It seems like he's kind of guessing up there a little bit. The Giants were very aggressive in going after him, and I feel like he was almost not used to it. Like he was expecting in certain counts, them not to be as aggressive. So, I just think maybe they kind of caught him off guard a little bit. So that's what it looked like in his at bats. But the 2 home runs, let's not pretend they didn't exist. But Stanton's on fire. I mean, he's we've seen over the past when he gets hot. I mean, it can go on. It can go on for a while, and you hope.
No, but what I really liked was that he was like he was hitting to the opposite field a lot.
Yep.
Like he had quite a few. Yeah, singles the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, like most guys hit 93 mile per hour. He doesn't normally. So I was watching the exit velocity, and it was in like normal range for a lot of his hits.
Yeah, and guess what? To be a more complete hitter, all for it. And he does seem like he's moving. Like he did score from second.
He
on
did.
A base hit. Let's not forget that. That did happen. I know we didn't mention it during the recap, but
he did.
He did. So that's a positive thing. Like if he's doing those kind of things, his legs must feel good. And again, you're hoping it lasts. So yeah, kudos. It's a big Gio family. It's awesome.
All right, now King of the Hill. I can't fathom us not having the same person.
That's what I'm saying. I thought that's why I figured this is going to be a real quick segment. I mean, it usually doesn't go on too long, but it's Cam Schlittler.
Absolutely.
I mean, Max Fried looked good and stuff, but
he did, but he was.
Yeah, and again, I don't want to take Max Fried for granted.
No, we're not. But Cam Schlittler had 8 strikeouts and no walks.
No walks.
Only 1 hit.
Yeah, he had the Giants looking completely off.
Yeah,
and he just absolutely looked dominating, and it backs up to what we were talking about earlier with the skiing segment.
And what also stands out to me about him is that like Max Fried, you expect him to show up the way he did opening day. Yeah. Cam Schlittler, it was more like, all right, it's the start of a full season for him. What's he gonna look like? It was a question mark more so than like it's guaranteed, right? Yeah. And he showed us in this game, like, no, that's me. Like, I got you.
Yeah.
So I love that for him. I love it. I love the energy. I can't wait till the first home game he pitches at, and his family members hold up the "my cousin is the Schlitt" signs again. Like, I'm all for that.
I didn't check to see how it lines up. I'm really hoping I'm there for that one because that's. I know Warren is lined up right now to start the home opener, which is fine. I mean, I'm not upset about that. Whatever. He's lined up. It's just the way it is. But that's the thing. When you don't open up at home, it's rare that you're going to get like your ace or co-ace or one of potential 3 aces. This is why we're so excited for the Yankees rotation this year because of what they have. So, yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to be there. Watch. I might. It might if it stays on because there's a lot of off days early.
Yeah,
it's a little bit weird. So,
like today,
exactly. It's odd. All right. So, before we get to our preview to kind of wrap things up, we do have a segment of the new food menu at Yankee Stadium that has been previewed, and we'll see if we have more to talk about with that next week. I'm hopeful we do because there's certain things that were emailed. Hoping that they do add. But we do have the menu getting pulled up here if you want to go along with this. So yada yada da 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 blah 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 blah. All right, here we go.
All right. So we are starting with Brooklyn Dumpling Shop. Let me just say that I want to try 3 out of the 4 of these. The 4th one is not that I don't want to try it, but the other 3 seem so much more appealing to me. And I know that you'll try number 4. So I already like Brooklyn Dumpling Shop. I have gotten them a couple of times last year, so I was excited about these. Obviously, the apple pie dumpling is a dessert one. I can't fathom that not being good. Like, that just sounds amazing. I definitely want to try the bacon cheeseburger one. and I'm a mac and cheese girl, so I want to try the mac and cheese. I don't need to try the chicken parm, but I
Kind of think
won't.
you. I think you will though.
I will. Yeah, I definitely will. But I'm really looking forward to these 4 additions to the Brooklyn Dumpling Shop menu. Well done. Also,
I'm
it's
in
my
for all
home
4 of
borough,
these.
so I have to like represent.
I'm in for all 4 of these. They all
I figured
sound
they sound
awesome.
amazing. Yeah,
They really do.
so the 2 of us will definitely try those and report back to you all. Next up is Christian Petroni's Parm to Table. I am an antipasto fan, so I do want to try that.
Sounds
Um,
good.
Mozzarella and carosa. I love cheese, so I want to try that. The pasta plate alla vodka. That's the one that I was like maybe in the fall because that sounds like it might put me to sleep. Like it might be
Oh man.
so. I don't know how big it's gonna be, but pasta is a heavy dish. I would not want like that's not a summer one for me. Either this early in the season or in the fall for me. That one. And then the affogato.
No. They lost me with the espresso, so I can't do
The
coffee or anything.
espresso is the reason why I didn't put an asterisk by it. That's the exact reason why. The vanilla
God damn
panna
it.
and the Nutella, though, oh, somebody else is gonna have to try. Angie will try that.
Angie would try that for
Angie
sure.
will try that. She can report back for us.
Oh man, like I wish I could just tell them, can you hold the espresso and just give me the rest? Like,
I know.
'cause that sounds really good. No, all of it sounds awesome. I mean,
So
yeah, I can kind of get on board with this.
yeah. So the next one is fuku. I love a loaded fry, and
Oh, we're skipping over Colony Grill.
did I skip something?
Well, Colony Grill is on here, but
Oh, because
it's a
it was a
return.
replay.
Oh, okay.
I only put notes for the new things. I didn't.
Okay. Well, Colony Grill is good though. I did have it. I had the pepperoni and the hot oil. The hot oil, I will advise anyone though, if you're not into hot at all, do not mess with it because
Okay, got it.
it brings it. They bring the heat.
Okay.
I will say that. So, but Colony Grill's good. I thought that was a nice addition last year because I didn't really love. I don't get pizza at the ballpark very often, but this made me incorporate it though into the rotation. So
but yeah, for the record, my notes are only for the new things.
Okay.
So fuku, like I said, I love loaded fries. So they had me at waffle fries. I also love waffle fries. So it's waffle fries, chicken tenders, miso ranch. I hope the jalapeno dust is just, because I can handle that. I'm a scallion fan. I love some scallions and sweet and spicy sauce. Let's see how spicy that is. I'm willing to try it and have my nose run and need some milk, but I'm willing to try it for you all. I'm willing to try it. I'm also a big fan of King's Hawaiian rolls, so I totally want to try the Angry Lobster roll. I think Eddie will handle the chicken parm sando.
I'm in for both of those. I'm just thinking about the price of the Angry Lobster roll.
I know it's probably going to be a lot.
It's gonna be like $30. Watch.
I was thinking like 36. Yeah,
you're probably right. You're probably right.
The next one's all you. Lobel's.
Oh, Lobel's pastrami
fries. And I didn't even, the U.S., the prime steak sandwich was, I think, the returner. So I didn't even write that down.
Coffee spiced rub? Is that what really?
All you, man.
No, I love the steak sandwich and the steak top fries are my 2 favorite things there.
Yeah.
The 99 burger I'm a big fan of too, but if I had to pick one thing, it's Lobel's. I love Lobel's.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah, I've never done anything done wrong by me.
So we have a couple new partners this year, and Magnolia Bakery is one of them. They're offering brownies and blondies, and I'm sure if those go well, they will bring more because they're very well known for their banana pudding, and some other things that are just kind of famous for Magnolia. So I feel like if they do well this year, if they get a lot of traffic, they'll add more to their menu. One of our favorites, Mr. Softy, has something coming out that sounds really good. Oh, this apple pie nachos! I totally want to try this.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Oh man, I want to know how big it is because that might be a shareable one. Who knows? I don't know.
I'm guessing it's in a helmet cup.
In a helmet. If it's in a helmet cup, that's kind of too small for what they're saying is on here.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like a bigger helmet cup, maybe like they have like the other one.
Yeah, they do have the bigger one. Yeah, that sounds good. Nuchas, I think that's probably gonna be you. So they have an Italian sausage empanada.
It seems a little odd. I mean, I love empanadas. I love Italian sausage.
To
I'll
combine
try it.
both.
Yeah, well, I'll try it. I mean, I'm not like I don't know. It probably should be speaking to me more, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give
Uh,
it a shot though.
so Street Bird from Marcus Samuelson. That he now has the Sticky Q chicken sandwich. And then the Bird Dog too. I'm not really into either one of those, especially not the hot dog, just because I don't eat hot dogs. The Sticky Q just sounds messy, and
Yeah,
I just don't want messy at the ballpark.
I
Like,
agree. I'm with
so
you on that.
I'm out for that one. They have another new partner, Treat House, which I'd never heard of before. Okay, artisanal Rice Krispie treats. What does that look like? I put a question mark by it. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
I love Rice Krispie treats, but like, how do you get artisanal with them?
I don't know. I don't know
I
how you
will
do
find
that.
out. I will find out for everybody. So, uh, I I definitely want to try the MVP burger.
Yeah. So is this the 99 burger? Like re? I mean, it sounds like the 99 burger.
It does sound like the 99 burger. I think except with onion rings is the
Oh
addition.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, that's a
I
all
think
right.
that's so there's the 99 burger and there's the MVP burger. I mean, both of them represent Aaron Judge, I suppose,
Yeah,
but I'm all about we both are fans of the 99 burger and I love onion rings. So I'm good. I'm in.
yeah. I'm in for the MVP burger for
I
sure.
will try that. The mini dessert chicken bucket was really like even me reading it, I was like, what?
It's a
So it's
drumstick.
a drumstick shaped ice cream cone with a chocolate covered cookie bone center with white chocolate candied cornflakes. That part sounds gross. Served in a souvenir mini chicken bucket. I think I just want to see what that looks like. I don't want to taste it.
Uh, I don't love white as much as I love chocolate. I don't love white chocolate
But it's just white chocolate candied
coating. Yeah.
cornflakes. So like
Okay.
think of it as like sprinkles, but
I'm sure
cornflake
I would.
sprinkles. You'll
I'd give it
probably
a
try
shot.
that.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
That one, I don't know. I need to see what that one looks like. Then there's a couple new drinks for the folks that like to have something different than a beer. They have the heater, they have the hibiscus tully ball, the no hitter mocktail, which I would drink that. That sounds good. That sounds kind of refreshing actually. And the wind up, which is the same as the heater, but it doesn't have jalapeno.
In a souvenir shaker. All right. Yeah, I can imagine what that is. That's there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
returning
those are all the
item.
new things.
Oh, new. So there's also. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
They're
and there's a
doing.
combination, the diamond deal. Yeah.
Yeah, the diamond deal. 12 chicken tenders, fries, 4 souvenir sodas, waters. Oh, okay. I mean, again, if you're going with like a group and you're kind of like
Yeah.
whatever, let's just
Or
get
with
something. That
kids.
sounds like yeah,
With kids. Yeah.
yeah. I think that would be something. New York Legendary Ale. I mean, the rare times that I get to drink at games, I have had it, which I do like it. But since I drive to the game so much, I don't really get to do that very often. Which is funny because when I go on these road trips to other stadiums, I drink at every game. It's the exact opposite of what it is. So, all right. So that seems like there's some pretty cool stuff that
So
to
we
try this
got
year.
some things to try. Got some things to
Absolutely,
try.
yeah, some pretty interesting things down the pipeline. So some of them though, like anything with French fries, will have to be like May at
Yeah.
least. It's
Yeah,
not
a
April
couple of
stuff.
things have to wait. Like I could see us both going for the MVP burger soon.
Yeah, maybe our first game, that Friday night game,
Mm-hmm.
the hockey
I'm
jersey.
in. I'm in.
Yeah. So we'll see. Um, all right, and then I guess our last thing
Two
was
probables.
Yankees at Mariners. I know they dropped those probables there on us. So, Lisa, who do we got lined up for the next 2 nights of late night Yankees before we get an afternoon game for the series finale?
Yeah. And then they head over to Miami after that. So they'll be
Oh no,
traveling.
Miami comes here.
Oh, Miami comes here. Oh, it's a home game. I didn't realize. Okay. So on Monday, tomorrow, uh, for the first time this season for both of them, because they did not have stats when I looked it up, Luis Castillo is pitching for the Mariners. He's a righty. And we're going to see our first action from Ryan Weathers.
Yeah.
So we'll see how
His
that
debut.
goes. And then on the 31st, Logan Gilbert will be pitching for the Mariners. He's a righty. He's a 0-0 record, 5.06 ERA and 7 strikeouts. And he'll be up against Max Fried. He's a lefty. 1-0 record, 0 ERA and 4 strikeouts so far this season.
That should be a great pitching matchup, then, right?
It should be. And this one as well. So on April Fool's Day, George Kirby will be going up for the Mariners. He's a righty. He has a 1-0 record, a 1.50 ERA, and 6 strikeouts. And he'll be up against our King of the Hill, Cam Schlittler. He's a righty. He's a 1-0 record, 0 ERA, and 8 strikeouts on the season. So also a good matchup.
Yeah, I think the Mariners are on Sunday Night Baseball tonight, actually, for those who want to. I'm going to check that out. I want to see the NBC version of Sunday Night Baseball. That's going to be on. It'll be weird because basically my whole life it's been on ESPN. So I don't know. It'd be curious to see, what that looks like. Though. But, all right. So again, for those who got late night Yankees, look at it a positive way. We get it out of the way early, at least some of it. I mean, I think what did you say, 9:40 starts, I think?
Yes.
It's a little better. It's a little bit better than the 10:10, 10:30, I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's rough.
I just wish all sports would when the East Coast teams are playing out West,
they get a day game.
Oh no, I get it. They're they got to adjust to their own fans, but I feel like you could have a compromise, like a 9:00 start, which is 6:00 over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because 9:00 with the way baseball moves now.
You're done by 11:15.
Yeah, it's when you're after midnight and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
God, what are we doing here? But it is better though than it used to be. Yeah. It was before the pitch clock. Wow, there was some battles. I'll say that. All right, so then that does wrap it up for us this week. Then. All right, so thanks for joining us as always. If you joined us on the Facebook live stream, be sure to check out the Empire 161 Shows group, where we have a lot of fun times on there. We share lineups and highlights and all the other stuff there that's related to baseball. So come join us there, and you can find our show. And just go into the featured part. We usually pin the show of the week there all week, so you can check it out whenever you get a chance. Check out Pop Culture Pros and popculturepros.com, because that's what we are represented by. And if you're on Instagram, check out at Empire 161 Show group. So Lisa manages that page. Again, fun stuff and that you'll find on there on Instagram. If the gram is your way to go for your social media. And YouTube, subscribe to Pop Culture Pros. You can hit like and subscribe there as well for our show and all the other shows that are on the network and wherever you find your audio and podcast, if that's how you catch us. We will be back next week. We'll decide which day it is. Probably usually aim for Sunday, so look out for us possibly Sunday night if that's what it is. I don't know, whatever. We'll talk about that.
Sure, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
Usually, most of the time, you'll find us on Sunday. Again, if you don't catch us live, you can watch the show later on at your earliest convenience. So let's go Yankees, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye, everybody.